Hey look, I'm not here to bash anybody or sing praises where they're not due. I'm just here to tell you about my 2 customer service stories, 3 different guns, 2 companies. I hope you'll stick around. George here, and welcome to Tales from Target Suite, where I'll share my perspective on guns and shooting, and we'll have an adventure or 2, even it's a little bit delayed, an adventure or 2 that will make even a grown man smile. And yes, if you've been following the channel, then you know that there were 2 Rossis that I had issues with that I sent back to customer service. One was this 24-inch Rossi, and it had a screw that was cross-threaded right here, and it had a barrel that seemed to be too large, both in the bore and the groove diameter. And so I sent this gun back. I also sent back a 16-inch stainless steel Rossi 92 because it had a misformed chamber. And we're going to talk more about those. I got the Rossi 92 24-inch 44 Magnum back. The stainless version, we still don't know. It's been over 3 months now. We know what they say, but we haven't gotten the gun yet. The other story was on this Ruger 450 Bushmaster Scout rifle. And if you'll remember right, we had a cracked stock. And so I sent that back to Ruger customer service. And we got this gun back in just, I think it was 8 days. Brand new stock. Actually, it looks better than the one that came from the factory. So it was a win-win. But let's shoot this 450 Bushmaster a couple of times, and then I'll elaborate a little bit more on my experience. And if you'll stick around, I'm going to tell you a tale about our pond over here. We've got maybe some big projects coming up. Just want to tell you about what we're doing over there. It's been so long since I've shot this gun now that I can't remember how to load it. But anyway, we've got some things going on over here, and I'm thinking about, you tell me in the comments what you think, I'm thinking about sharing the journey with some pretty big developments over here on the pond. So you let me know in the comments, and later on in the video I'll give you some details about what we're thinking about. But right now, 450 Bushmaster. I love this gun. Okay, let's get the unpleasant news out of the way. And again, I want to reiterate that I'm just relating my own experience with only 2 firearms. And let's start with the Rossi, because as you know, I did have 2 issues. I had the 16-inch stainless barrel, and it had a chamber issue. This had a barrel issue and a cross-threaded screw right here. So what we got back was the same gun, and the information I got from them said they did put a new barrel on here. I slugged the barrel, and it's still just as oversized as it was, almost exactly as the previous version. So if that's what that is, that's what that is. But here's the rub. This cross-threaded screw right here, man, they sent me back a disaster, and so I'll show you a close-up here. But that hole is countersunk all the way to within about 0.010 of an inch of being drilled through, and so my goodness gracious, that's not right. But back to the 16-inch gun, they did look at the chamber. And I got an email back from one of the managers at customer service, and he acknowledged that it was a problem. And based on the information I sent them, they did some looking, and apparently it covered quite a few guns. And so I'm just telling you what he told me. And so he eventually agreed, when they couldn't replace the barrel on that stainless version, they agreed to send me a new one. And that's been about, I don't know, 3 weeks ago. And so total, we're over 3 months now with the Rossi customer service experience, and I still don't have that stainless steel Rossi back. 3 months. So looking forward to seeing that. We'll check and see how see if they've truly fixed the problem, and we'll go from there. But anyway, that's Rossi. Now, whether your experience, whether that is a one-off or two-off experience or not, I have no opinion because I only have these experiences. So take that as you will. As far as Ruger goes, you know, I've had a lot of back and forth with Ruger firearms because a lot of the guns that I have gotten from them to evaluate on the channel have had customer service problems. And in every case, I have sent them back to customer service and very quickly, within a week or 10 days, gotten them back and repaired. And the same thing was true here with this guy. And when I finally discovered that there was a crack here in the stock, I sent it in and got it back really quick. And they sent this really nice package. They sent a target, you know, after they replaced the stock and re-torqued the screws, or torqued the screws properly. Then they shot a group, and that's what you saw. 7/8 of an inch at 50 yards with Hornady, the 250 grain FTX loads from Hornady. And they also sent me the torque levels, and I'm going to hold this up there for you guys and girls. If you've got a Ruger bolt action rifle that's listed there, there are the torque specs that you need to have for your gun. And so there it is. So this gun here shoots phenomenal now that we've gotten it back, and we're excited about it. But let's shoot this 450 Bushmaster a couple more times, and then we're just going to cut loose, head over to the pond. This will be a fairly short video, and because I need to get back to Houston. All right, what a cartridge, what a rifle, what a beautiful gun, and I'm really learning to love that 450 Bushmaster. So thank you for watching. Now for you guys that want to stick around and see what we're doing over here, I'm just going to walk you around the pond real quick. We're going to talk about what's wrong, what we are thinking about, and what we have got planned to fix it. Okay, the first thing I want to talk to you about as far as the project goes, it's going to be from a construction or reconstruction perspective, and it involves the physical pond makeup, especially the levee. And we have some erosion right here, and this is what we call the emergency overflow. So when the pond gets too full, the excess water, you can see the levee that comes around here like this, and the excess water flows right through here and out to the creek. But we have erosion that is coming all the way to right there. Right there. And it's dangerously close to the water meeting the erosion, and when that happens, there will be so much erosion that happens that it will cut a groove through here and the pond will drain. And so we have to fix this erosion problem, and that's number one on the list. That will preserve the pond. Now the other problem we have is just it's an age thing. In the backside of the levee, I have always mowed and kept this clean and smooth, and it keeps it just makes it nicer. But the pig damage is so intense across the back of the pond dam all the way around that it's not safe for me to be riding a mower at a very steep angle mowing the backside of the levee. And so we're going to have a bulldozer come in, the same guy that's going to fix my erosion, is going to reshape the backside of the levee all the way around. But in order to do that, and this is something I wanted to do anyway, I wanted to move the tree line all from way over there all the way around to here. I wanted to move the tree line back, sorry I got you crooked there, back about 50 feet and smooth all that out. And that will open things up so that pigs and those darn beavers, who by the way, since we talked last, have all taken a dirt nap, that open territory will discourage the beavers from digging in, and they have actually burrowed in back over here on the backside to get to their lodge, and then they have burrowed in from this side to get to their lodge. And so once we kind of get things scraped off and see what the damage is, we'll fix that. So we've got the overflow, the emergency overflow that's got to be fixed. We need to sculpt the back of the pond dam, reshape that so I can mow, and we need to move these trees back, open things up. And then the last thing that he's going to do, as far as we know right now, is the actual overflow that maintains the proper water level. It no longer works, and it used to come up over here. It's long since not working, and so what we'll have to do is cut a trench right through here, right down just above the water level where it is right now, about 6 inches below the spillway or the emergency overflow, and put in a siphon drain. And that siphon drain will regulate the water level to be about 6 inches below, as I said, below the emergency overflow. And so that will reduce dramatically the amount of water that is causing the erosion over there. But related to the pond, we typically have fertilized the water. We put in a high phosphorus fertilizer, and it causes the single cell algae to bloom. That is the bottom of the food chain, the phytoplankton. The smallest fish, other invertebrates eat that, they grow, then the small fish eat that, and so forth, all the way. And so it benefits all the way up the food chain to have a rich pond water. And in the last couple of years, it's gotten to where the fertilizer does not react the way it should with the water, and that's because we believe that the acidic level of the water now in the pond is too high for the pond to bloom properly. And so right now I tentatively have an appointment with a pond management company in Texas. They're out of Bryan. They're going to send the plan is, again I say it's tentative only because I don't have a firm date, but they're going to bring their electrofishing unit out here. It's a big aluminum boat, I believe, with 2 big electrodes that go down into the water. They put electric current through the water, it shocks the fish. They come up floating. They can count and survey the number and size of the fish. Then the fish recover from the shock and they go on about their business. And so we're going to do a survey to find out what the health of the pond is. What we know right now is that we have an inordinate amount of small fish, and we're catching brim that exceed 1 pound. And so we're not catching any normal sized brim. We're just catching really, really, really big, thick, fat brim. Seems to indicate that we have an overabundance of bass. And so we'll let the survey tell us what the real facts are, and we'll meet with the biologist. We'll come up with a plan on what we can do. Hopefully we can avoid having to drain the pond and renovate, start all over again. But we'll find out. And that's going to be in 2 or 3 weeks. And you guys let me know in the comments whether or not you'd like to see maybe 2 or 3 or 4 standalone videos of that activity with lots of detail, or me just give you an update at the end of a video like I'm doing this. So let me know in the comments. And I'm guessing, since I've been gone so long, that only a faithful few are here this late. And so first of all, I want to apologize to y'all, but it's just, life has been busy, and I'll just leave it at that. And it just hasn't, haven't been able to get out and make content. So I apologize. We'll do the best we can moving forward. Certainly have lots of plans, and there is a new rifle coming. It is historic. It dates back to the 19th century, but this one is brand new. I think you'll know what I'm talking about. Hey, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.